What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Looking for My Fit podcast with Meek Rich. I'm your host, Meek, and yes, let me back up. Let me not just gloss over that. I normally say I'm your host, Jamaica, and I am your host, Jamaica. But I feel like now that we have crossed the 20th episode mark, that we are now family, and everybody in my family and those who are friends who have become family all call me either Meek or Mika. Very few people call me Jamaica. Very few. I would say 98% of the people I know call me Meek or Mika. And to be quite transparent, me even saying my full name, Jamaica, sounds weird to me. Yet I've said it for 20 episodes. And I was like, you know what? We're family. It's time for us to go ahead and flip this thing over. So, welcome to Looking for My Fit with Meek Rich. I am Meek, and as always, I'm happy to see you all. This is going to be one of my shorter episodes. I think I should call this A Few Minutes with Meek. I have two more amazing interviews to share with some amazing women who I've spoken with, and that will come out later this month. But today, I wanted to come and talk to you all about the reward of rest. Over these past few days, I have done something that I have not done in almost 3 years, and I'm not even joking. I really, truly rested. And I'm talking, I had no to-do list, not for personal. I had no to-do list for work. I completely zoned out and put all of my attention on myself and my family. And I cannot even begin to tell you all how amazing I feel. Let me back up. So I have a friend, her name, I love her name. It's PBJ, Dr. Patrice Jackson. She has, her own podcast. And actually, I'm going to link that in here because I'm going to link her podcast in the show notes because you all need to go and listen to this to her because her primary focus, I would say, is on, teaching people that burnout does not have to be a way of life. It doesn't have to be a way of life. And I wholeheartedly agree with that. And while I have not been in burnout, and I do have my own burnout story to share, later that I think I will share in the episode. I'm not in that space anymore. Thank God. I'm in a good space. However, I've been in more of a mental heading towards that thing of burnout to where my mind is constantly going. Now, it's not with negative stuff. It's with different ideas and thoughts and projects and things that I want to work on. But sometimes if we don't give ourselves the break that we need, the things don't roll in like they should. You can get caught up even when it is good stuff, and the good stuff can lead to burnout too. So anyway, I'm going to link that because I want y'all to go and listen. But the other reason I brought her name up is because a couple weeks ago, she challenged people to have a no work weekend. She was like, I want you to completely, tap out and like, don't do anything for work. And I remember seeing that post and saying, "How you, girl?" And I think it was at that moment that I realized that I really have not allowed myself to be completely like just free. Now, even if I'm not physically at work, I'm usually thinking about work or doing something for work or doing something for social media. Now, again, I enjoy my job and what I do, but it doesn't mean that I don't struggle with cutting off. So my husband sent me a text the other day because he and the kids are on spring break, school systems on spring break, and he said, "Hey, let's go take a quick trip." And I just feel like his text came at the right time. It wasn't even necessarily anything going on, but I read the text and I said, "Yeah, let's do that." So I talked to my team, told them what was going on, and asked if somebody would be willing to, take on some of the stuff that I do with social media. And I have, I work with the best team ever. And they were like, "Of course." And y'all, I checked out. And I mean, I checked all the way out for a few days. And the level of rejuvenation I feel from that checkout is just something I can't even describe. So we did a couple different things with the kids. But one of the things that we ended up doing was taking them to the beach. And during our time at the beach, the kids are down, by the water, running from the water because it's so cold, and they're laughing and playing. And Carlos and I are just, standing. I don't even think we were talking, to be honest, just kind of taking everything in. And it was during that moment that I was standing there that I was just like, my mind was still for the first time in a really long time. And while it was unfamiliar, it was so, I don't even know the word I want to use to describe it. It was just peaceful. And I think it's just been a long time since I allowed my mind to completely shut off. I had no thoughts except watching my kids and feeling so blessed to, stand there and witness that, and to just be in a place where really there was nothing on my mind other than the present moment. Later, though, in that rest, I just had different thoughts come to me. And I kept thinking back to the moment of watching the kids down at the water, laughing and screaming and playing with each other and having absolutely no plans in place. One of the reasons we enjoy traveling with just us is because we just like to do whatever we want to do. Like, we hop in the car and say, oh, you want to do this, do that? Like, not having to check in with other people to see what they want to do, or checking other people's schedule, or trying to time dinner, time this. We just go and do whatever we want to do. And that is like my favorite thing. And that's what we did. But as we were standing there, as I kept thinking back, not when I was standing there, as I was thinking back to that moment, all I kept thinking is, God is so big. You're looking at this ocean where, there's a beach and people are flying kites, and I see ships out there, and like there are jets flying overhead from the naval base. It's just a lot going on. And that creation of just that was just a reminder of how big God is, and a reminder that there's nothing that I want to do that is too big for him. And sometimes we limit ourselves because we only think as far as what we can do. So you start to think small, and thinking back to looking at that ocean was a reminder that I don't have to think small. Y'all, I am ready to aggressively go after everything that God has put my name on. I'm ready to go for it. He's already given it to me. It is mine. And all I need to do is make the steps to go get it. And that's it. I just can't see, allowing me to continue to get in my way anymore. I've already been making steps, and I'm very proud of the steps that I've been making, and the different, projects that I have in place, and the things that I've been working on behind the scenes that will soon come out. But I just don't want to play it timid anymore, y'all. Like, why? When it's out there and it's for you. So this was just my reminder to anybody who is listening, who has had something that they have been hesitantly working towards, or somebody who had something they were working on, but old ways are creeping back in, and you feel like shrinking back to the old you. You're shrinking back to the old you because that is familiar. That is comfortable. It is what you know, but it is not where you are supposed to be. That's not the place for you anymore. I listened to so many women who are motivational speakers, and I think it might have been Marshawn. I don't know. Don't let me say the wrong name. But what she said was, sometimes, you look back to where you were, or you're in this certain place, and you want to go back there because it's familiar. But once you move out of a certain spot, that soil where you were thriving has turned to dirt. And we all know that nothing will grow from the dirt. The growth comes from the soil. And so that place that you were looking to shrink back to is dirt. Don't go back. It's time for you to trudge forward to the new soil into the new season of life. Yeah, let's be unapologetic in doing this. And I don't mean unapologetic in the sense of, doing whatever it is, disregarding, other people completely. But what I am saying is, let's also not give people so much power and worry about what people will think or what people will say. And not only other people, but let's also not self-sabotage. When that self-sabotage, I know when I'm starting to self-sabotage, when I think about or I start romanticizing the past, I'm getting scared. So when you start romanticizing the past, stop, acknowledge it for what it is. It is fear. And then remind yourself that the place that you came from is no longer soil. That is dirt. So you can go back there. But the way that you thrived there before, you will not thrive there again, because that is not the atmosphere or the environment for you to grow. It's not ready for that. It's that new thing that you're trudging towards. And I know that it feels scary. And I know that it's tough not knowing what the next thing will be. But the good news is you don't have to know. You just have to be obedient. So I'm about to be obedient. I'm ready to go. I'm telling you, I'm going for gold. If it's mine, I'm going for it. And I would like to challenge you to go for it too. It's bigger than us. It is bigger than us. It is bigger than us. So keep that in mind today. And if you are sitting here shaking your head, yes, like that was me, don't shrink. This is your reminder. Don't shrink. Don't go back. That's not it. That's not it. We're moving forward, and we are going to claim all of our greatness. We are not going to play it small. We're not going to be overly humble. We are going to believe that we are great, and we are going to walk and talk and act like we are great, and we're going to get those things that God had planned for us. Okay. Okay, y'all. I feel good. And I just want somebody else to feel good too. So next week, I'll be honest, you know what? I'm making shifts. We'll see what happens next week. I do have some other episodes, and I want everybody to hear those because they are amazing episodes. So I'll go back now that I am officially, technically today, off of, my little mini vacay. I'll start really planning out how I want to release those episodes. But I'm excited about, just going forward. And I want you to be excited about going forward too. So let's go forth and be great, my friends. And next week we shall reconnect. Okay. All right. Go forth, be great, be amazing, because you already are. Bye, guys.